Thank you for joining me for the monthly missions moment, and this is concerning the month of December. This is a time that we take to set aside and look into the lives of 4 or 5 different missionaries and then give you an update as to what came in and what went out in regard to the missions money. So let's start with the missions money for the month of December. We had $6,584 come into our church for the purpose of missions. $3,700 was designated. That is, there was a reason in mind as to why they gave it, whoever gave that money. They gave it for the purposes of particular missions programs or missionaries themselves. We require $2,500 in support to go out to the missionaries that we, as a church family, support. So that leaves $384 in surplus for the month of December, which we need to have that surplus as we lead up into a March for our missions conference. So we rejoice with the fact that we are able to support all of our missionaries and still have surplus. So we need that to continue. Looking forward to our missions conference and begin to pray now about what God would have you to do when we take up our missions pledges in March. Jonathan and Rebecca Anderson, missionaries to Mexico. It was only a few months ago that they were at our church and we got to know them a little more personally. What a great family. Victor, Ryan, Emma, Hannah, Skyla. They were out at our house and in our church. It was just a really, really pleasant family. Well, Brother Anderson is very excited because COVID had shut a lot of things down. Things are opening up and he's back as of October 15th on the field, ready to roll. But we'll let Brother Anderson tell you all about his field as we've got a pre-recording from him.
This is Jonathan Anderson coming to you from Mexico, and I am so excited about what God is doing. We are getting ready to go into 2021. You say, well, why is that so exciting to go into 2021? We are getting ready to start our 3rd church plant. This is an exciting time in our ministry. I'm standing here with some of the men that have graduated from our Bible seminary, and it's just an awesome, awesome thing to see what God has done over the last few years. We started our first church plant in 2014, New Life Baptist Church. God has blessed. It's a church that has gone forward, and out of the first church plant, New Life Baptist Church, we have started a 2nd church plant, Living Water Baptist Church. That church is now on its own, has its own pastor, and he is ordained. The church has been organized. They are going forward on their own. This is an amazing thing that God is doing. This is so exciting because just a few years ago, we came to the mission field and we were not sure exactly what was going to happen. We learned the Spanish language and God has done amazing things. And so we were asking you to pray. You can see here behind me the great need that is before us. The mass of people, so many people without the gospel message. I can tell you that behind me and what you can see, there are little to no good independent Baptist churches with the gospel message. There are many churches, but sadly, they do not have the truth. They do not have the gospel. And so we're asking you to get behind this project and see what God would have you do. Would you pray? Would you give? Would you come? You say, well, why would I need to go if you're starting a 3rd church plant? Well, we would love for you to come and experience what God's doing in 2021. So I'll start it out that way. Will you come and see the work that God has done? You can come and visit our first church plant, New Life Baptist Church. You can see our 2nd church plant that we started in 2017, Living Water Baptist Church. We will also allow you to see the new church plant that will be started, Lord willing, in January, February of 2021. And so I'm asking you to come. But I'm also asking you to pray about this. We need you to pray earnestly that God would do an amazing work in the first few months of 2021 as we start this new church plant. And I would also ask you to give. Would you get involved? Right now we're going to need around $2,500 in order to get this church off the ground in the first 2 to 3 months. If you would like to give beyond the first 2 or 3 months to help us, whether it be supporting the brother that's going to be helping me to pastor that church, or whatever you would like to get involved with, contact us. You can email me, you can get on our website at Project Win Mexico, This is an exciting time. God's doing an amazing thing. Let's keep our focus, church. Let's go forward for Him, and let's reach this world and this generation. Thank you so much for your time, and you have a great day.
Mike and Marta Mullins, missionaries to Santiago, Chile, are back on the field. Quick update on their situation is they were locked out and not able to go back down to Chile for a good many months. They'd come over on a short furlough and were locked out. But they maintained their services every single Sunday and online only. Now they're back in Chile, but the problem is they're still on an online only service. They have no choice. Chile is on lockdown and with stringent rules, and they still have a tremendous amount of violence going on down there. Pray for their safety, their protection, and that God would just hedge them about and continue to open up opportunities for them. They're taking advantage. He writes in his most recent letter of a couple of young men that he was able to lead to Christ. Very vigilant soul winner, Brother Mullins is. So pray for their safety, he and his wife, as they serve there in Santiago, Chile. BJ and Denise Stagner serving in the nation of Wales. Well, we rejoice with Brother BJ in the fact that COVID hasn't shut his church services down. The UK is back on lockdown, but they are not mandating that the church is locked down. And so he's still able to have his services, and they're going well. He accounts for them in his most recent letter, saying that the church services are growing. He has 4 different services, and all of those services are growing. We rejoice with that. Also, he accounts for the spirit of the church has been just rich. People have gotten saved all throughout last year, and now the Spirit of God is moving in his church in a significant way, as he states in his most recent letter. We rejoice with Brother BJ. We, of course, love you, Brother BJ, very much, and your family. They have a dear place in the heart of our church. So God bless you as you continue to serve there in the nation of Wales. Corbin Butler and family serve in Tampa, just real close, right up the road here. And they are church planners in a very difficult location of Tampa, sort of a more crime-filled area. But the Lord's using Brother Butler. He's doing all sorts of outreaches. He had some creative different ideas that he used over the holidays, pie giveaways and into the community. Was able to see a few people come to Christ through that program. So he's doing a great job. You pray for his protection. We're off the mailer, but he was sending out letters, but we weren't getting them. So now we're getting more up-to-date account on what's going on in the life and ministry of Brother Butler. But he's doing a great job. God has opened up tremendous doors there, and his church is growing, and things are going on. People are getting saved. So pray for Brother Butler and their family there as they serve in Tampa.